Hi there everyone, Russ Douglas 222 at home, and we're downrange. We have Andrew Dickinson here from DNT, Day and Night Technologies. Thanks. Hello. Andrew. Hello. We've got a microphone here so you can hopefully hear us. The mic's attached to this mini Brucey bonus plate. Hi Bruce and Billy, we'll be seeing you soon. So we have Andrew's DNT TNC225R, so that's 256x192 thermal, 25mm lens on the thermal. We've got UK first, world first, the TNC335R, so that's 356x288 thermal, 35mm thermal objective lens, and this has got the top works, I believe, more or less of the ZHD 520R.
That's right.
Brilliant. And over here, pièce de résistance, we have the TNC635R, so that's 640x512 thermal, and I think there is it 18 millikelvin net D sensitivity, so very sensitive. And again, that's got the top works day and night of a Zulu ZHD 520R. So if I turn this towards you slightly, so we have, let's explain on this 635, we've got the day and night sensor, we've got the thermal lens, the 35mm thermal lens, we have a larger than usual IR lens there, because this, the 335 and the 635 take 21700 flat top batteries, so they are larger diameter, and they've got the IR illuminator at the front. It is removable. The 940 nanometers of VCSEL might be brought out at some point, if there's demand. Turn this slightly. You see the angled units on the side here? That's the LRF. So although the LRF is like the size of a very small matchbox.
And with it being angled about 45 degrees, you get a 45-degree angled LRF splash downrange. It's very concise with no overspill.
My wife and I hosted Andrew for 2 nights, and we had Ryan and Estella from DNT. They've stayed elsewhere last night, and we'll be meeting them in a couple of hours for the Scott Country night vision evening at Strathaven Golf Course, about an hour north of here. So this will be the first time the public sees these two. I've only seen them since these guys arrived yesterday afternoon. These two fellas are the Mutt's Nuts. So we've got 225, 335, 635, all looking downrange. And again, I cheated as usual, and just assuming there wouldn't be any convenient rabbits, used a little blowtorch, and I've got a steel rabbit airgun target at 40 meters, and a couple of targets at 12, 20 and 30 meters. But the main one was to warm up the rabbit at 40 meters to see how it looks through all 4 scopes. They should all be on average settings, so there's no enhancement. Color, brightness, contrast is all 3 out of 5, so medium in other words. Hopefully we've synced the recording, and hopefully they're all recording audio. Let's see how things look. And this is also for an exclusive article in Airgun World magazine. The next issue should be on my doorstep today or tomorrow. It's in the shops next Wednesday. This article, this exclusive, will be in the following issue. Cool. That rabbit is... What do you think? You think that rabbit needs warming up a bit? Okay. Not a warm day, so...
Yes, and a damp.
We'll just pause the video for a minute while Andrew pops and warms up. It's his turn. I did it last time. While he warms up the rabbit, okay?
Okay, I'm not sure how long this will last, but I've got all 3 scope feeds on the screen at the same time to literally directly show you comparatively the field of view of all 3. And you can see, to tell them apart, I've got the pip in different positions for all 3 as well.
There's Andrew downrange, using the blowtorch to warm up that little rabbit silhouette.
Thanks again to good buddy and UK night vision guru Bruce, who basically very carefully carried out the first of the field of view measurements on these 2 new scopes and supplied the info. As you'll have seen from the start of the video, I had the 2 new TNC scopes on a double Brucey bonus plate. Thanks again, Bruce. And I had the TNC225R on a standalone tripod. And then I realised that they're not pointing in the same direction.
Okay, let's have a look through the 335. Make sure everything's still focused. 335 isn't focused at all.
Not easy, because obviously I've got 3 scopes on the go here, and each of the 3 scopes has got an objective lens to focus for the day or night image, and a separate objective lens to focus for the thermal. So 6 objective lenses to focus and 2 different platforms to point in the same direction. But what's cool is you can occasionally see birds flitting around in the background, and Andrew's bunny there is 40 meters away. So even the 225R is nice and sensitive.
And on the 635, swap the image, focus the thermal. Oh, hold on, let's get this in position. Ah, right, okay.
Just a reminder, by the way, that the 225R is 90% of the image quality of a ZHD 520R, and the 335 and 635 are 95% of the daylight image quality of the ZHD 520R.
Okay, thanks. That's Andrew coming down. So, note instantly, the 635R, much higher definition, but also much wider angle thermal than the 335. So all 3 scopes, as they have the day and night digital upper of the ZHD 520R, so they go up in 5 mag, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5 and then 20 mag. The thermals are all different. So you'll know by now, if I switch to the TNC225R, we've got the small focus wheel. These are different. On the 225R, its base mag is 3, and then 6, and then 9, 12, and that's us. And at 12 mag, that rabbit is 40 meters away, and it's clearly a rabbit shape, but at 12 mag, it's pixelated, it's basically like a Lego shaped rabbit. So if I go back down, 12, 9, 6, 3, and let me explain. On these scopes, we've got this lever, this throw lever, and you've got a glass scope style zoom, and it's got a nice resistance, so it's no longer a little wheel on the 335R and 635R. So go back to the rabbit.
Of course, the image through the display, through the lens, looks better than the recorded image. That's pretty usual. And be aware, since these came out, and which are now in the hands of Bruce and Billy for testing, the firmware has been updated so you can lock either of the channels. So I think the main use for that will be leaving the thermal channel on base mag, minimum mag, wide angle, lock it, and then you can zoom the digital channel in the pit, for example, for taking a shot without the thermal channel zooming in, so you can still use it for wide angle spotting.
Base mag on the 335 is 2.5, and then it goes 3.75 up to 5, 6.25, 7.5, and I'm assuming that's the maximum, 8.75, and then 10 mag. So the TNC335R, which is the 384 res thermal, goes up to 10 mag from 2.5 mag, and that's quite a nice field of view, which compares very similar to the TNC225R, whereas this one's different. The 635, this is distinctly different. So we've got the 640 by 512 thermal sensor, still 18 millikelvin net D, and we're on 1.5 base mag, which is massively wide angle. So at 1.5 mag, that's base mag, and then 2.25, 3, 3.75, 4.5, 5.25, and 6. And let's just sharpen up that thermal slightly. Okay, so we've got 40 meter rabbit. Oh, I'm trying not to touch this so I don't rock it. So we've got full maximum mag, and let's do the same on the 335. And same again, without knocking anything over or falling over myself. Take this up to little wheel up to 12 mag. So now we've got a direct comparison of all three. So we've got the 225R, 335R and the 635. And if I just go over slightly, there we go, then the 635, we've got the rabbit, the steel silhouette of the rabbit framed, and these two are basically not quite spot on alignment, so I've got to redirect the Brucey bonus plate to get so they can take their turns in the center of the tension. Okay, I'm just going to reiterate, all three scopes are on the base settings, so the brightness, contrast, sharpness is all on the middle of the range, so 3 out of 5. I've got enhancement off on all three scopes because there's various levels of image enhancement and thermal enhancement to suit your requirements. And let's just go, so if we go over to the 225 and I'll zoom out, so back down to base mag of 3 times, and let's try the red button, palettes, oh no, sorry, red button, no, the left hand button. So you've got the contrast on the little inverted cruciform shape of the buttons on the back of the TNCs. Left button, if you're in night vision mode, will step you up through the brightness levels on the IR. In thermal mode, it steps you through the palettes. So white hot, black hot, iron hot, which I wouldn't use, red hot, too many false positives there for me, back to white hot, and the only thing that stands out is the warm white steel rabbit silhouette. On the 335, let's do the same thing. If I zoom out to base mag, 2.5 times on the thermal, and in white hot, then black hot, red hot. Ah, that's clear. Only the rabbit has gone red. That's good. Iron hot, which is basically blue, and the rabbit's red with a green ready break fringe, and back to white hot, and through the 635. Let's just check the focus on the thermal there. That was okay. I have to say, I'll have to double check that the settings on the 335 and the 635 are the same. I'm preferring the image on the 335. It's a little bit sharper, but I haven't gone onto the 635 settings to double check the sharpness and the brightness. But anyway, let's check the palettes. So white hot, black hot, red hot, iron hot, and then back to white hot. And I have to say, some people will prefer, as they are right now, some people will prefer the thermal settings on the 635, and some will prefer the settings on the 335 because the contrast is a little bit better, a little bit more contrasting if you like, a little bit higher. So I'll have to double check what's on the settings on these two. Okay, so LRF, let's just test the LRF on the 225. Oh, it's in yards, so we'll have to forgive Andrew for having it old school in yards. So 44 yards to the bunny. So one press that starts ranging, a second press that gives you a ballistic solution if you've got all your data input, and a third press repeats, or a long press deactivates the LRF. The buttons are slightly different. I'll do a little close up in a second on the 335 and 635, and so the LRF. And there is a little wall between the two buttons. You'll see in the flicker album in the photos, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, 48 meters. It's saying. Oh, I don't have an LRF aiming box. Oh, there it is. Oh, it only flashes up for a second. Andrew's handheld thermal LRF rangefinder spotter, which we don't mention, range the rabbit at 40 meters, and this 335R is saying, it's saying 40 meters. There we go. The LRF square aiming box just below and left of the reticle is only showing for a few seconds, or a second or two, but I'm assuming that's a user settable duration. And let's see on the 635.
Then I realised I'd not zoomed the 635R back out.
Oh, I'm at maximum magnification at the moment, so let's dial that back and try the LRF, and hopefully I'll see the LRF aiming splash. I can't see it because it's daylight. The 635 is reading 40 metres. Andrew's downrange. He's warming the rabbit with a little mini blowtorch. So I'm just doing a comparison. Thermal base mag 3 times on the 225, and Andrew's warmed up one of the rats on the rat gallery target as well, which is at 30 metres. So 3 mag thermal, 2.5 mag thermal, and if I take this up to 3 mag, okay, so 3 mag on both of those, so more or less the same zoom, and then up to 9 mag on the 225. If I go 8.75 mag on the 335 for a comparison, and on the 635 6 mag. Ah, right, it only goes to 6, so let's pop the other two back to 6. 6 point, okay, we've got 6 mag, 6.25 mag, 6 mag on the 225. Let's get that thermal focused. It's funny, it's nowhere near as clear on that gallery target as it is on the rabbit. So 6 mag, 6.25 mag, and 6 mag. So that's all compared at kind of 3 mag and at 6 mag. And the 635 thermal doesn't go over 6 mag. Okay, and there's one feature I haven't covered at all yet, which I haven't even activated. If I turn this around carefully, all 3 scopes are, well, the 225 is the shape it is. It's like a Zulu's with add-ons. It's a Zulu's with a thermal lens, but it still takes a 18650 battery. And we have the functionality on the back of the red buttons you can see now. So the LRF button and the button to switch between thermal and digital. If I switch that back, but the 335 and the 635, if I turn these round for you, if I can, turn them around far enough. Right, we have a different shape at the back here. We have an angled LRF unit on them both. We have 2 buttons. The forward button is the LRF, and the rear black rubber button is to swap between digital and thermal, so day and night, or and thermal. There's a little ridged wall between the 2 of them, so your finger can tell whether it's on the forward one or the rear one. And in the back of the LRF unit, if I can turn it around a little bit further, I'm not sure you can see this, there's a little window in here on both LRF units, and this is so that when you enable this mode, that will sense when you move your head away from the scope, and that will put it on standby. Perfect. To save batteries and to prevent the scopes from illuminating your face when you move your head back from the scope while you're shooting. Awesome features, awesome. We've compared directly the field of view in the 225R, the 335R and the 635R. Done a sort of a zoom comparison on all 3. We've got a bit of an exclusive here, and I'm loving these.
The units are arriving shortly, so they
yes,
are the only ones in the country.
Oh, right, okay. So these are the only 2 units in the country. There are others arriving soon. They've been delayed by a few days. So this DNT Thermnight TNC335R and Thermnight 635R are currently the only ones in the country. We've got them here for an hour or 2, and then tonight we're going to this Scott Country night vision evening. Lots of people will get to look through them both and get the exclusive. Okay, thanks for watching, more coming soon.